This is not a drill.
Nope.
College football is happening this weekend. You are going to be watching college football this weekend. Make sure you're there, Clint. Make sure everything is accounted for. When you're watching college football this weekend, you're going to want to bet on those games.
Yes, you are.
When you bet on those games, you're going to need to know which side to bet on. We're going to tell you that today on the Locked On Bulldogs podcast.
You are Locked On Bulldogs, your daily podcast on the Georgia Bulldogs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
He is Daniel. I am Clint, and we are betting on football this.
I can't stop smiling.
Daniel and I were texting. If you're not texting with buddies and friends and gals and people that you talk to about these game lines, these over-unders, if you're not watching the line change, if you're not looking at the Florida and Utah line and how it's changing already, if you're not looking at season win totals, we're going to give it all to you. So we're going to give you week 0 locks, games on Saturday. Daniel and I are going to give you stone cold locks. And when we say locks, we're putting our money into this. First of all, here are the rules for locks. We put our money on these games. These are not hypothetical games, okay?
Our integrity, more valuable than money.
It really is.
That's an IOU. More valuable than money.
Second thing, Daniel and I have a little side action. These locks mean something personal for Daniel and I.
Let's just say it just means more.
It means more between he and I.
It's like the SEC of locks.
It is the SEC of locks. So we're going to put our money down. It means something between Daniel and I. And then in the third segment, we're going to give you those locks. And in the third segment, we're going to give you season win totals for our favorite ones that you can get in the action before Saturday, before games kick off, and cash those at the end of the year so you can spend some money on Georgia covering the line against Michigan in the college football playoff.
You're going to want to do that.
You're going to want to do that.
That one period per practice is not going to pay off. Okay. Clint alluded to this a bit, but just for clarification purposes, if you've been with us in years past, by the way, thanks for watching the show on YouTube. Thanks for subscribing.
I thought you were going to bust out in a mouse and a cookie story, Daniel. If you're gonna watch football games, you're gonna want to bet on it. If you're gonna bet on it, you're gonna want to earn money. If you
listen,
earn money,
the logic holds. It's a real sound. It's a real sound principle. Clint and I are going to be giving you our locks every single week on Thursdays, but the first lock that we give you, typically we just sort of throw out all of our bets and we let you filter through the information. This year, we're bringing one lock to the center, to the front. This is the one we feel the best about. This is the absolute lock of the week. If we could only make one bet, this would be the one that we would take.
It's the American Craft singles of bets.
You know that's right. A little smash burger, you melt that right on top. You get the little crispy bits on the edge. Ooh-wee. So, week 0, Clint, not a lot of games to choose from.
No,
I will ask you, the reigning champion of our bet, who is your week 0 lock of the week? What side are you taking? Is it a spread? Is it an over-under?
It's an over-under. Daniel, it is an over-under. And I'm going to tell you the two teams involved, okay?
Okay.
The two teams involved are the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors and the Vanderbilt Commodores.
The Vanderbilt Commodores of Vanderbilt.
Now, those two teams, they used to, back in the day, Hawaii actually had a little run and gun offense that put up some points.
Timmy Chang, I think we all remember him. I think we all remember that Sugar Bowl.
Let's not. I wasn't going to go there, but you did.
Well, that was one of the more embarrassing displays a
Daniel
team has ever.
is rounding into form. Ladies and gentlemen, he's rounding into season form. Pessimism's back. We're here. Those two teams may have had another time in life where they could put up points, but they can't put up points anymore. Hawaii has no interest in scoring points, and Vanderbilt might have some interest, but can't. Just even if they wanted to. I think Clark Lee is getting them on our ship. I think they do actually have a chance to get more wins than Florida this year in the SEC. That is not a joke. I'm not kidding. That's not me trolling Florida.
He would never joke about that.
I would never joke about Florida sucking because that's
nope. It's right over there on the side. You want to check the topics.
Check the topics. The point total is 55.5.
55.5.
If this game is 40-10,
what happens then?
I win money.
What if it's 42-7?
Win money.
Okay, then. It's a lot of ways.
It's a lot of ways. Win money. This game is not going over 55. Give me the under 55.5 for Hawaii Vanderbilt. Daniel, what's your stone cold lock? Absolute American craft singles.
Well, we just keep it right there at the nightcap in Nashville, Tennessee.
You going? You got tickets?
I might. We'll see. It's still
TBD.
Got some feelers out there. I like all of the logic that you're bringing to the table. I don't disagree with much of what you're saying. It's interesting that what was the example score that you gave where you win?
40-10, 42-7.
So it's interesting that in these example scores, it seems like one of the teams does in fact score a lot of points.
Vanderbilt could just knife through butter against Hawaii's defense.
If only we had an opportunity to see that before. Last year in week 0 on the island, Vanderbilt just absolutely decimated Hawaii. Let me tell you two things that are true. Number one, Hawaii is as bad or worse as they were that day.
Yeah.
Number two, Vanderbilt is unequivocally better as a football team than they were in week 0 a year ago. I actually really believe that Clark Lee is building something at Vanderbilt that is reasonable.
I wasn't joking.
I'm a buyer on this team. I think they're going to go 4-0.
To start the season.
And I think they're absolutely going to. Vanderbilt doesn't get a lot of opportunities to absolutely take a team to the woodshed.
Slobber knocker.
They're going to do it this week. And so 17 points, Clint. Vanderbilt is only favored by 17 points. Give me Vanderbilt minus 17. By the way, we're getting all these lines off of our good friends over at FanDuel. 17 points for Vanderbilt. That's my stone cold lock of the week. That tells me, Clint, little same game parlay action over on FanDuel.
Hey, Colby, tell us.
Let me just
what's the juice on that?
Let me just tell you right now, you do a little same game parlay, it's plus 226. You take both those. The under 55.5.
That's fantastic.
The minus 17, that's plus 226. I may just drop a little coin on it right this moment.
You should go ahead and do it. Why don't you, Daniel?
Week 0 locks of the week. All right, we're coming back. We got more week 0 locks to give out. And we've got season win totals, bets that you are going to want to make before the season kicks off on Saturday. All of that and more coming up right after this.
And this is eBay Motors. eBay Motors, Daniel, I don't know if you understand how that 95 Honda Civic did us so good on the open market.
Healthy profit. The used car market is killing it right now.
There's a lot of markets that are killing it right now, Daniel, and it's
some that aren't.
And some that aren't. Used cars are hopping, and our 03 Honda Accord is doing great, and that's because we have eBay Motors to help us out. eBay Motors has the right parts, the right fit, the right price for your car. If you go over there right now to eBay Motors, this is only guaranteed to U.S. customers. You go over there right now, enter your car into the garage. So you do the make, the model, the year, put it in there, and it's going to tell you if these parts fit
then
your
you just
car.
Start shopping for parts. You just start picking out parts. You don't worry about it.
You don't have to worry about a dang thing. You just go ahead and buy the parts that your car needs at a reasonable price. It is secure. It is reliable. It is great. eBay Motors is a place for you. The right parts, the right fit, the right prices. Get over there right now. eBay Guaranteed Fit, only available to U.S. customers with your garage. eBay Motors, ebaymotors.com. Lock
Clint.
1 in the books.
It feels good, doesn't it? It feels like an old friend. Like an old friend that you just get together with, and the conversation just picks up right where it left off, and it's like you never left. Clint, do you have any more week 0 locks for the people?
Daniel, I do.
You got action in that Notre Dame Navy game, that kickoff game.
No, I don't. I have a lean. I mean, I would
staying away.
I'm staying away because I need to see Notre Dame. I mean, their offensive guru and mastermind left. Daniel.
And so their offense is going to get markedly better this year. Book it. Write it down.
Get better. No, Notre Dame's a team I have to see first before I can bet on them.
It's an interesting. They got that Wake Forest kid, the transfer from Wake Forest, Sam Hartman.
Great. I think he's gonna be great.
I think he's going to be really good. I think they have a chance to score some points. It is Navy. How can you not lean the under in Notre Dame Navy 50. In Ireland? 50 and a half? How can you not lean the under in that game? I'm not willing to give it out as a lock, but no. I love that under. What do you got for the people, Clint?
Look, Jacksonville State's a good story because Deion absolutely gutted them, got what he wanted, and then left.
That's a good story?
Well, it's good for him. I'm being told for Deion. I'm being told by the media that I have to cheer for Deion doing that.
Oh, well, the media's got another thing coming because I'm going to laugh as Deion loses a lot of games.
A lot of games in Colorado. I might bet Colorado every single week.
Check back for the win total locks in just a moment, please.
We have a couple of teams that I can already guarantee you are on Daniel and I's sheet
I've already
together.
mentioned two of them, and they both wear black and gold. Just so we're clear. One of them's an over, one of them's an under. You fill in the blanks.
UTEP's got a pretty good system in place, Daniel. They're a program on the rise.
Yeah.
I think they're, again, talking markedly better. The spread in that game is 1.5. Now, all those players are gone from Jacksonville State. They transferred out.
They gone.
The team is
gone.
It's at Jacksonville State, which I guess is giving them that 3.5 3-point swing. So if this was in UTEP's favor, it'd be a 4 or 5 point. But UTEP 1.5? No, Daniel, they're winning this game by a touchdown. Give me UTEP giving 1.5 points.
That is you're betting on UTEP, Jacksonville State, Clint. That's what we're talking about.
Say I'm wrong.
I won't do it. I won't say that you're wrong. I gave you that lean in Notre Dame Navy. That's my only other. That's probably the only other wager I've got. I got nothing for San Jose State USC. I'm not touching
that spread
that.
30.5. No,
I'm not touching that. If anything, a USC team total over, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe just a general over because USC's defense is. I might bet the over in every USC game this year.
Now, again, quick question. Coached by Lincoln Riley, notable for his form tackling and attention to detail.
Defensive prowess, is that what he is?
Nope.
No.
What about but what about UMass New Mexico State, Daniel?
Say less because I have no feeling about this game.
Remember the year, was it COVID year that New Mexico State played? I think it was New Mexico twice in the same year.
Yes. They played they played the same team to try to fill the schedule 2 times. I totally forgot about that.
And you know what? I watched it.
People are criticizing Georgia about their schedule. Nobody's saying a word about that. Nobody's making a peep.
I have one more lean. It's an interesting lean, and then we'll get to our favorite season win totals.
Okay.
The other lean that I have is San Diego State -2.5. Daniel, this is
interesting.
I think San Diego State has a more competent roster, has a more competent coaching staff.
Okay.
It's Ohio. It's on the road. It is week 0. Ohio may come out with some guns blazing, but my lean in that is the Aztecs. That's my
taking a road. Is that a road favorite?
No, they're at home.
Oh, yeah, it's in San Diego.
No, it's in San Diego. Yeah.
Oh, I see. I thought you said it was in Ohio.
It's at the place the Poinsettia Bowl used to take place.
The credit union, the world's most famous credit union. I'd love to have some money in that credit union, but maybe one day. All right, we got season win totals. I don't want to. I won't bury. Take the Vanderbilt over 3.5. I think it's
season win totals.
Season win totals.
Is it up to 4?
It's up to 4 now, that's fine. I told you. I think we're going to be 4-0. So that means we got a free roll on 8 games. Worst case scenario, we push. Best case scenario, we win when they pick up just one conference win. I think they are going to get a conference win this year. And so I think you've got some insurance. And then mentioned it earlier, Colorado under 3.5. The schedule is not favorable. And hear me clearly. That team will quit on Deion when they start losing. And they're going to start losing week 1. And then week 2, they're also going to lose. That team will quit. by the time we get halfway through that season.
But when we quit all together. And when we lose all together. And when we fight all together. Daniel,
he literally said in a press conference, "I don't care if the people on my team like each other or not.
Yep.
They're just teammates. They're just football players. They don't have to like each other."
It's kind of the anti-Kirby Smart mentality.
Kirby's literally out here preaching connection. The most successful coach in the game right now is out here literally preaching connection's the most important part of our program.
Dion is saying, "Eat or be eaten." Darwinian coaching.
I'll buy someone else if you don't want to be here. It's nice. Love to see it. All right, we've got lots more season win totals coming up right after this.
But first, I want to let you know about BetterHelp. Today's episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. And BetterHelp is fantastic. Daniel and I are very accustomed to seeking advice, seeking counsel, seeking each other's opinions as well as the opinions of those and insight from those that are trusted sources.
We look for your opinions in the comments all the time, and you're more than gracious to provide them for us. The difference is...
Yeah, okay, say the difference, Daniel.
You have no qualifications, nor are your comments insightful or helpful in any way. But on the other hand, BetterHelp, that's a place you can go to get actual help for the issues and things that you're going through.
BetterHelp is a place that you can go, whatever you're going through in a time of life. Sometimes in life, we're faced with tough choices, and the path forward isn't always clear. Many times in your life, a job opportunity, a relationship, insight as to maybe some things that you're thinking and feeling that need some clarity, where they're dealing with decisions, relationships, anything else. Move forward with confidence and excitement. Trusting yourself to make decisions that align with your values is like anything. The more you practice it, the easier it gets. Let therapy be your map with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/lockedoncollege today and get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/lockedoncollege today. Oh, Daniel, we got season win totals.
Welcome to the 199.
199.
Segment 3, loyal third segment listeners. Hey, when you're out there making those bets, sometimes you're going to need
bottles and buckets.
You're going to need a bottle. You're going to need a bucket.
What do you do?
Bonfire.com/store/the199. Get your bottle.
That's the one. Daniel, what's season win totals?
What's the season win total that you love?
Here's the deal. First of all, get in on season win totals now, because this is how
a great way to invest your money.
This is how you invest your money, Daniel. Okay.
Stock market, up and down. Real estate, can't trust it. Season win totals, this is how you get a return on your money.
That's exactly right. Here, some conferences that are interesting to me that I look to first, and then I'll get to the season win totals.
Okay.
Big 12 conference has some values in it, Daniel. Okay.
Interesting. Let me see
Texas,
if I got any
Oklahoma,
Big 12.
Kansas State.
I don't have a single Big 12 school on the board. Enlighten me, Clint. What do you like in the Big 12?
Well, I like not good football for season win totals.
They have it.
They have it.
They have got Texas the market cornered.
Hates winning. Oklahoma hired Brent Venables, so I think we know how they feel about winning.
Yikes.
Kansas State has a chance to win that conference, Daniel.
Kansas State always has a chance to win that conference because Kansas State is a very good, solid football team. And, oh, by the way, they won the conference last year.
There it is. So I would go with that. Just take a look at it. That's just my quick first take at that. But, Daniel, we've already mentioned Vanderbilt over. Mm-hmm. I'll stay in the SEC because a lot of these season win totals. Take the under on South Carolina.
It hurts him to say it. You know that it's coming from his heart because it's not something he says lightly.
Is awful for them. Just awful.
I just think there's just a lot of hype around South Carolina. It's kind of what South Carolina does, right? When there's expectations, they underperform.
Yeah.
And every now and then they just jump up and bite somebody. I think I don't see a lot of greatness for South Carolina this year. I do like the Auburn over. It's 6.5.
Go get the Auburn
in the SEC. We've talked a lot about SEC win totals, though. Let me take you to the Big Ten, Clint. I got two Big Ten teams, and I got an over and an under. Do you want the over first or the under? I got three Big Ten teams.
I want the under first. Do you have two
I
unders?
got two overs. I got two overs and an under. Indiana under 4. Indiana is not going to be good this year.
This is wild.
And they are going to end up being the whipping boy of that division, of that conference. Indiana under 4 season win total. They got at least one in the non-con that's a loss, and so you only get 3 of those. So there's only 2 wins in the non-con. Now you're telling me Indiana's got to win 3 games in the Big Ten?
Doesn't feel good.
To cover? No, Indiana's not winning 3 games in the Big Ten. Clint, Indiana under 4.
Okay, give me your 2 overs.
My overs in the Big Ten. If Indiana's going to lose some games, that means somebody's going to win some games, right?
A Bears repeating.
Michigan State is going to make a bowl game this year.
This is wild to me, y'all. Daniel is full lather already. This is wild.
All right, hear me out.
Please.
Okay? 2 years ago, did anybody think Michigan State was going to be worth a darn?
No, they did not.
And what did Michigan State do?
They
went out and won 11 games, is what they did, Clint. They won 11 games under Mel Tucker, and Mel Tucker got paid.
He came out the subsequent year.
And then last year.
Yeah.
Did people have expectations for Michigan State, Clint? They did. And then what did Michigan State do, Clint?
Mel said, I don't care. I don't care.
The pendulum has swung, Clint, the other direction. Okay. This win total is at 5. 5. Michigan State's making a bowl game.
He said bowl.
That's 6 wins minimum.
That's wild.
I like Michigan State for 6 or 7 wins this year when I look at the schedule. I think this is one of my favorite Big Ten win totals. And then the other one that I really like for an over is Illinois. Illinois over 6.5.
When you said Indiana under, I was going to, my immediate question to you following that was, you must have Illinois over then.
Yes. Yeah. I love Illinois this year. The win total is 6.5. They got the old Wisconsin coach. And guess what the old Wisconsin coach does, Clint? Which position group do you think he's focused on there in Champlain?
It must mean skill positions, Daniel.
No. Let me stop you right there. It's the offensive line. It's the trenches, Clint. Illinois is out here building a team in the trenches with the running game. They control the ball. They control the line of scrimmage. And they are consistently getting better and better and better. And I'm a believer in Brett Bielema. I think he's a very good coach.
He's a good coach.
And it didn't work out at Arkansas, obviously. But I think Brett Bielema is a very good coach. I like what he's doing at Illinois, and I'm on the Illinois over 6.5. Michigan State and Illinois over, Indiana under. Those are my Big Ten.
We've talked about this before on this podcast. This is nothing new, but Tennessee is not winning 10 games this year. They have a worse roster. They have the same coach who has a 1-2 and done offense. If you can't get a readout in 1 or 2, it's over. It's gimmicky, and coaches are wising up to it.
Not everybody's as smart as Kirby, pun intended, to pick up on it so quickly. But you give these coaches enough time, these defensive coordinators enough time, they're going to figure out that your pony only has one trick. You know what I'm trying to say to you? Like, that's just, it's not hard.
Tennessee's not winning 10 games. The number is 9.5. Okay. Here's a couple of very interesting things that I would lean. I don't know if I'm making this bet, but I would lean.
Okay. Give me some leans.
UCLA 8.5. UCLA has a talented roster. They might be better last year's. Dorian Robinson, quarterback situation, he was a liability back there.
Yep.
Chip can coach. Pac-12 is going to cannibalize itself, and I think UCLA wins 9 games in there, Daniel. I think they are talking at the end of the year about a Pac-12 championship in which UCLA can do it. The schedule, I think, sets up favorably for them. Give me 9 wins for the Bruins.
I got one more, and I keep crossing my eyes. I keep looking at it every different direction, and like, it's a team not unlike Texas.
Okay.
Historically, they don't enjoy winning, at least lately.
Hate the winning.
They don't love to win. But when you look at the roster and you look at the talent and you look at what they have, I'm trying to figure out a way that Florida State doesn't win at least 10 games this year. The over-under is 9.5. They play against LSU week 1. And they play against Clemson on the road at Clemson on September 23rd. Let me read you the other 10 games on the schedule.
Let the folks know, Daniel.
Southern Miss, Boston College, Virginia Tech, Syracuse, Duke, Wake Forest, Pittsburgh, Miami, North Alabama, and Florida. Those are the other 10.
Oh, man.
Now, let me say this.
No, wait, you didn't say LSU in there, did you?
Yeah, LSU and Clemson are the 2 games.
Yeah, okay.
Those are the 2 games that they have that are very, very losable. 9.5 is the number, though, Clint. Not 10.5. 9.5.
Miami,
they only have
the only other school
2
on there
losable
that
games.
Give you pause because of what happens in Florida. Okay.
Yeah, but that game's at home for Florida State. It's late in the season. I think Jordan Travis is the best quarterback in the ACC. I think Florida State has the deepest roster in the ACC. I'm not saying I think they're going to win the ACC, but listen, I would be shocked if Florida State doesn't win at least one of those 2 games against LSU or Clemson. They're not going 0-2 in those 2 games.
Hey, y'all, just do me a little favor. Get in on this over, but also sprinkle a little Florida State to make the college football playoff. Because if that happens, if they
go 11-1,
they will be in the college football playoff
with a win against either Clemson on the road or LSU at a neutral site at week 1, and they're 11-1.
They're the 3rd seed.
That's a college football playoff team. It's over 9.5. I can't see it going any other way.
Yo, we're here.
It's happening.
We're here. This has been Locked On Bulldogs, part of Locked On Podcast Network. Justin, get us over that 199 locks and all that good stuff. The Pick'em League, get it over to us.
Pick'em. That's what it's called.
That's what I'm too excited. I can't be helped, Daniel. Dog's taking a little drink in the background. That was that noise. Don't worry. It's not running.
Just toenails clacking around on the tile floor.
This has been Locked On Bulldogs, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day, and we will see you all next time.